Hey guys, I hope you're all doing fantastic today. I wrote a bunch of stuff down a couple nights ago that I've been wanting to share with you, and it starts off with like reclaiming your hatred, hatred, anger, shame, rage. These are like our protector energies, and a lot of times they're very repressed. And so when we are re-meeting these energies, there can be a lot of strong resistance to refeeling them. And I wrote down a lot of times it's the resistance to feeling these energies that causes the most internal discomfort. It's not actually the hatred or the rage or like the disgust that's really all that painful to be with. There can be some pain there, but it's the resistance to feeling those energies that is super uncomfortable and can be downright excruciating. And it's not like it's your fault for resisting them. It's just kind of hardwired into us to not feel those energies. We don't feel safe to feel them at a really core level. And so this can create all kinds of intense symptoms. You could just feel, just downright awful. But it is its own kind of blessing of like this doorway into feeling more fortified and whole and boundaried, and like you can take up space. It's actually to refeel these energies that have been repressed, especially like the rage and the hatred, is you really start to feel how big you are. Like your energy field is super expansive, it's super powerful, and the more you actually are able to integrate these energies, and that's what it seems like is happening on Earth. It's like life is trying to help us light workers come into balance, come into integration with, like I said, to reclaim our hatred, to reclaim our rage, to reclaim our inner protectors. And so the more you're able to integrate these energies, the less you'll feel like external darkness will be able to like impact you. You'll feel safer in your environments. Things just won't stick to you as much. They'll just kind of bounce right off because you're whole there. And when we have, I wrote this down too somewhere. When we have, like, if you're feeling gaps in your energy field, or you're feeling super exposed to your external stimuli. A lot of us were just super open and sensitive. That's part of the deal. But another thing could be we have some unintegrated, darker energies suppressed in our body. And when those come up and are transmuted, we're gonna feel more like filled out. And that is the gift of reintegrating these energies. Now it can be downright hell to be with them again. And like I said, it's because so much of you is resisting feeling them. So much of you just doesn't feel comfortable feeling anger, right? And especially over a long period of time, like maybe you need to feel anger for a few days straight. And it's like, that's a huge task for a lot of us. But you will feel more in your body. It's like becoming embodied. I talk about this a lot. And some of these videos have overlap, but there's a lot of common themes going on right now. And I just feel like these videos can be good reminders for you guys. Our darkness is our power and is needed for us to feel and to know our own wholeness. Otherwise, we're going to feel in lack. And when we feel incomplete, that's when we start fantasizing about other people completing us, or accomplishments completing us, or we need this kind of thing to happen. That's kind of a lot of, I don't know if I want to go into it too much, but some of the law of attraction comes from this sense of like, oh, if I attract this, then I'll feel complete. But actually, if you just meet your own inner repressed darkness, that's when you start to feel more whole. And and then things just get really simple. You're able to just be here. It's the part of us that feels in lack and incomplete and in scarcity that's always going into the imagined future, and that's taking that doesn't want to be in the present moment, because it's going into the imagined future to find its wholeness. It's like, okay, if this happens, if I attract this, or if that manifests, then I'll feel whole. And what that does is it just takes you out of right now. But when you actually integrate your darker energies and your energy field starts to feel more fortified, life is much simpler. And there's not like too much fantasy going on, too much interest in the thoughts. It's just simple. It's just like all there is right now. And it feels complete because you feel complete. And so that's kind of what happens there as you start to integrate more. Life will work to get you in touch with your repressed rage and hatred. The universe is always bringing you like your next puzzle piece that you need in your embodiment journey. It's always like, hey, here, now you need to feel this to become embodied there. Now you need to feel this to become embodied there. It's like always bringing you exactly the next like situation or experience that you need to go through to start to reclaim all parts of yourself, so that you can really, like I keep saying, know yourself as a whole being. And so life is trying to do you a favor. There's a perfect symmetry to this. It's not an accident and it's not a mistake what you're feeling. There's going to be parts of your psyche that are going to say, fuck that. I don't want to be feeling this. This is a mistake. This shouldn't be happening. I hate this. But notice, I hate this. That's your hatred. That's your rage right there. That's your frustration. Life is trying to say, yes, I'm bringing you into touch with this part of you. That's the perfect symmetry. So if things are happening in your life that are making you fucking pissed or making you feel hatred, let it be like that. Can you let those energies be here? That's kind of the point, you know? And so can we just strip away and drop the judgment of these energies and just see them for what they are? Aspects of yourself that have been repressed that now want to come online and be integrated. That's it. And all we have to do is feel them. And there will be the temptation to go into thought a lot when these are coming up. We can get really stuck in them. You might feel really stuck because when anger's coming up and you're pushing it down, there's like that inner conflict. And that can feel like stuckness. And then it's like you have this fire boiling rage stuck in your system. And that's a hell realm, right? I mean, we've all been there. And so what does that need? What does that situation in the body need? That inner conflict. What does it need? It probably needs some tenderness, some soothing breath. Maybe it needs some spaciousness. We've got a lot of hot springs around where I live. It's a good place to go to like have some space. So whatever you can do to create space in your process for all of these difficult energies that are coming up, you know, see what works for you. What is this? Okay, if we are habitually run from situations, confrontations, we are running from our own anger and ourselves essentially. So if we do run from situations that make us uncomfortable or confrontational type of things, we're essentially running from ourselves and our own feelings, right? Because everything is a mirror. There's only one. There's actually only you here at the deepest, corest level. And so when we reclaim these pieces of ourself, like our inner dragon, our protector, our hatred, and our rage, we don't run anymore. We don't run because we're fortified. It's like, oh, we're in our body. We're here. We're fully, you know, occupying our space here on Earth. And that's what life is trying to help us all get to that place, right? When I wrote down, when you're no longer afraid of your own internal darkness, the darkness out there, like the external darkness, whether it's someone else's, whatever, it doesn't scare you anymore. Because when it scares you, it's just a reflection of that you're scared of your own inner darkness. Let's see. When we have integrated our anger, fear can no longer govern us. Yeah, anger is a really powerful antidote to fear. That one's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, because a lot of when we move from fear, it's like running, avoidance, that kind of thing. But when we're really in our anger, when we're comfortable with our anger, when it's been transmuted in a healthy way, yeah, we feel safe. You know, that's the big thing. Getting comfortable feeling anger. That's a big one. Like, it's like, it's okay to feel anger. It's okay. It's okay to feel anger. Learn to love and appreciate your anger. It's here to serve you. It's just like really a beautiful emotion that's here to help you. That's here to like enhance your experience of being a human on earth. It's like, you need your anger. Embrace it. Yay, anger is coming back. Thank fucking God, right? I mean, it's a beautiful thing. And I've hit on this, but it's worth saying again. If we're disconnected from our anger, we are going to feel like something is missing. And we may try to fill that void with someone, with an addiction, with whatever. We're going to try to fill it. But once we integrate that anger, we're not going to feel like something's missing. And same with like that hatred and that repressed darkness. And we might feel it rising up from the belly. You might feel it in the belly. That's a place where we just push stuff down when we were little. Pushed it down into the belly, the sacral, the root, even the legs. Yeah. Sometimes we have to heal an aspect of our feminine nature so that we have the resource to be kind of with the anger, and being with something is like kind of the masculine. So sometimes we need like that feminine nourishment, like I said, going to the hot springs or whatever, so we have the resource to be with the difficult feelings that are coming up. Or maybe for you, it's like you need to go have that massage, or you need to go have that healing session, or you just want to go maybe sitting by the river. And nature is how you connect to your feminine and you get resource. So whatever you can do right now to get resource so that you can have the capacity and the presence to be with what's coming up for you, because it's probably fucking difficult because things are intense right now. Yeah, and so the more we can let this anger just move and flow through, because when anger is imploding within you, kind of in on itself, it can be very painful. So just whatever, like, give yourself permission to let it flow. It can be here. You might shake with it for a while. I mean, one of my teachers, Craig Holiday, said he had to meditate with anger for years, and so that's how suppressed it gets. I have another friend, and they've said similar things. So a lot of people who are really embodied, they speak to the fact that they had to spend a lot of time getting comfortable with anger. So, the last thing I wrote down is you'll have a lot more energy once this anger and this hatred is integrated. So thanks for being here. I really appreciate your guys' support via donations. Joining the Patreon page is also a wonderful way to support this work. And I've been basically going every other video. So posting one video to the YouTube, and then the next video to Patreon, and then YouTube, and then Patreon. Starting to fill that community up with a lot of exclusive content. And so if you want to support this work in that way, that is always super appreciated, and I hope you enjoy those videos as well. And other than that, thanks for booking sessions. I love working with you guys, love holding space for you, helping you out. It's such a joy to meet with you in that way. But just sending you guys so much love, and just say you guys are doing fucking amazing. Just keep walking forward. You got this. I believe in you. And yeah, we got this. All right. So much love to you. Namaste.